Thank you, Mrs. Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you our identification of islands and standardization of their names effort in Indonesia. Actually, Indonesia is one of the largest maritime continent in the world with the width of about 5,000 kilometers by 2,500 kilometers. The number of islands in Indonesia has been widely quoted in Indonesian literature as many as 17,504 islands. However, up to now there is no official legal documents that support this claim of 17,504 islands. Since island has very important role for Indonesia, and also according to the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, the outer islands will determine the regimes of our boundaries. Then Indonesia put a lot of effort for identification of all of the islands. At the moment, the government of Indonesia is working for standardization of names as follow. The first one is the natural features, island, mountains, rivers and lakes all over Indonesia. And then the second one is the administrative places, including provinces, municipalities, districts and villages, and also man-made geographical features. This is the definition of islands in UNCLOS. So we basically follow this definition. Just remember that there is islands and there is rocks. Yeah? And in Indonesia, actually, we have the law on regional governments that regulates the rights and obligation of regional spatial planning and management in Indonesia, including also the small islands. Therefore, the identification and inventory of island names should be systematically conducted through a toponymic survey, and we reported in our national gazetteer. And these toponymic survey activities of the island actually have played an important and strategic roles in our country. And there is also Ministry of Maritime Affairs that also consider this kind of program very seriously. This is a kind of procedure of toponymic survey verification in Indonesia. So if we start from the bottom one, the data collection, this is conducted in regency and municipalities level. So basically in Indonesia we apply the bottom up. So the data collection is done in the bottom level, and then the initial verification related to local language and history is done in the provincial level, and then the final verification, validation and national gazetteer is in our agency. My agency is BIG, Geospatial Information Agency of Indonesia, National Mapping Authority of Indonesia, and other related Ministry of Home Affairs in here, Ministry of Maritime Affairs, and other also military, Navy and other things. This is just to give you an idea that we should interview with the tribe leaders, because the name of the island, the local people know better than the government. And we also interview with fishermen. So this is just example what we are doing. Actually, in Indonesia, we have already Home Affairs Minister regulation that guide the standardization of geographical names, including the island. the main principle are we use the Roman script and then should use one name per geographic feature, so we cannot use the same name for more than one island. Then we have to preserve local languages name. Should not use the national names.
You have to conclude now.
Okay, and all I think you can read in our papers also. We publish also gazetteers, but we have to, the most important thing is in 2012 we reported 13,666, and now we add with another 2,590. So the total that has been verified at the moment is 16,056 island. We will go with another 1,000 or 2,000 more, we don't know, yeah? No target at this time. I think this just finishing. This is just to show you sometimes it's quite difficult also. The island is unpopulated, but it's quite beautiful. I think that's all. Annette, thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished expert from Indonesia, for that presentation. And I open the floor for questions or comment from the delegates. I recognize the distinguished expert from Singapore.
Thank you, Chair. I do not have any questions nor comments. However, Singapore notes that states may have included unilateral definitions of various geographical features in the documents submitted for this session. However, this forum is not the appropriate place to raise legal issues on the definition of, for example, what is an island. We wish to reserve our position on the definitions used by other states. We believe that other states at this session may also share our reservation, and that we can proceed with this meeting with a common understanding for this forum. Thank you.
What's your point? What is it, the question or the comment, or can you?
Okay, it's not a question. Just a statement that defines Singapore's position on the our definition of an island.
And I thank
it's
you
not a
for
question.
that statement. Thank you.
Okay.